So I'm sitting here with the great and wonderful Cully Hamner, and Cully has just finished up his press conference for Red here at San Diego Comic-Con. Now, Cully, how do you feel about the way the press conference went, where everything goes smoothly?
Yeah, I thought it went really well. I mean, it's a little bit of a scary experience, like sitting in a room with reporters on a dais with, Bruce Willis and Helen Mirren and Carl Urban and Warren and Lorenzo de Bonaventura, and it's pretty crazy. It's not as scary as sitting in a room with 6,500 people.
Yeah.
With the same group. It's certainly an experience, that's for sure. It went great, though, I thought.
And big news, because you can finally talk about it openly now, the Red comic that's going to coincide with the movie.
Yeah, I'm doing a prequel to Red, the book, not the movie. This is not a tie-in to the film. There are 4 prequels that Wildstorm is coming out with that are prequels to the movie that I did the covers for.
Nice.
This particular thing is basically I'm writing and drawing a 40-page one-shot. And we're going to see how Paul Moses retired in the first place.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
What are your other duties here at Comic-Con, or are you pretty much done after today?
Well, I think I got a couple of other interviews. I'm going to be signing a lot at the DC booth, probably at least an hour a day. Trying to find time to actually sit at my table and draw for people, which is, not happened yet. I've been here a couple of days at this point, and I haven't drawn really much of anything.
That's kind of like you in the studio.
Yeah, that's great. All right.
I'll cut that part.
This interview's over.
That would be epic if I could get you a storm out of an interview.
We could do that later.
Yeah, we'll do that later. Did Bruce remember the sunscreen joke?
He has not yet, but I apparently got some sun and I didn't realize it.
You have a lot of sun. I was going to say today would be the perfect day for him to recommend it.
I was saying earlier that I am the living embodiment of the title of this film. Apparently. No, he did not. He did not make a sunscreen joke. But, yeah, I was actually waiting for that, but it hasn't happened yet.
And it seemed to me like, just listening to the press conference, it seemed like that there was a lot of respect and love shown towards the source material, which, I mean, that's got to be really gratifying.
Yeah, well, it was cool because when I visited the set, it was the final week of shooting, so it was I think everybody just wanted to go home, but there were copies laying around the set. I mean, people had the book, they were looking at it, which is interesting to me because the movie itself, from what I know of it, from having read the script and seeing the, what we've done or what they've done to what we did, it's pretty different.
Yeah,
They didn't really have to keep, the book on the set, but you go on the set and the chairs have our logo and my artwork on them, and people had pockets on their chairs with the graphic novel stuffed in them. It was really nice to see. And I think what is interesting to me is that they bought the material, they bought the graphic novel, they went in a new direction with it, and it went afield from what we did. But then when they finished filming the book, I think with the marketing and everything, they're bringing it back around to what we did. The movie posters have got this sort of same 3-tiered imagery thing that we did.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's great.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. Yeah.
So, what are the chances that? I guess there's really no way for you to know this necessarily, but has there been talk about them possibly trying to keep this going as a franchise?
Well, I think it's like Lorenzo said at the press conference, and people are going to have to vote. People are going to have to buy tickets, and I think if it does really, really well, if it does, wanted numbers, you're going to see another one.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just speculation on my part. I have no inside knowledge. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
I think it'd be pretty cool
to
be able to have this experience again.
Is it safe to say that maybe Warren is now looking at you as somewhat of a good luck charm, that maybe you guys should be working
You'd have to ask him about that. maybe he's my good luck charm, really, if you think about it.
I love how he mentions it's like this has been 7 years. Has it been 7 years?
Yeah, I mean this book came out in 2003. If you really think about it, it's been more like 8 years because. I think that we first talked about doing this in probably 2002.
Yeah.
So, it's been a long time, and it's always been a piece of work that I'm proud of. It's been kind of a signature piece for me in a lot of ways. And me. I'm not necessarily proud of everything I do. I mean, I'm pretty hard on myself as far as, critiquing or criticizing.
You're modest.
Well, I'm not modest in my criticism, but No, I mean, this has been a piece of work that I've always kind of looked at and went, I think we did a good job on that.
Yeah.
And the fact,
and like you said in the press conference, it's now considered to be like a signature piece
for me. Yeah, maybe not necessarily for Warren as much, because Warren's got a much broader repertoire of creator-owned work than I do.
Yeah.
This is really the only creator-owned thing that I've ever done, and it's just it's cool to see it come to life like this. It's slowly been coming back over the past couple of years, because I think for a while it was a book that we did and it's over with.
Yeah.
But they reissued the trade I think a year or two ago, and with some extra stuff, Warren's script and my layouts and that sort of thing. And now in October you're going to see 4 prequels to the movie. You're going to see the prequel that I did. You're going to see the reissuing of the original graphic novel. I would not be surprised if somewhere down the line the original and the prequel get collected together. I mean, I don't speak for DC.
Absolute Red.
They have talked to. I don't think they called it an absolute red, but I mean they I don't know what they call that, but they probably will do some sort of a collected thing at some point, which is pretty cool.
Simply Red.
Yes.
That's taken.
Yeah, that's taken.
Yeah.
Actually, a friend of mine was telling me, she was saying that she referred to the month that the movie comes out at the same time as all the books as Red October. And I was like, I got to tell a marketing person about that, because that's such a great thing to call it. So,
wow. And one more time, because this, in the true sense of ironies that I live my life through, when they called on me to ask the final question in the press conference, my battery died.
Okay.
So I'm actually hoping I can get that video from somebody else. But the title of your Red book is
Eyes Only.
Eyes Only.
Red,
okay.
Eyes Only.
Right, okay.
Red :
Red : Eyes Only?
No, Red, Eyes Only. It's going to be a 40-page one-shot. It's supposed to come out in October, if I'm not mistaken. And, I'm writing it, I'm drawing it. I am having the scariest time of my life.
Yeah.
Doing that and doing this.
Proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Cully. I love your body.